What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 103 of the Idiotic Sports Talk. I'm your host, Liam Gavin, coming to you live from my dining room, and I just want to give a recap of the wild card playoff matchups around the NFL. Let's start with the Saturday games. We have the Bengals beating the Raiders 26-19. Joe Burrow, 244 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. The rookie Jamar Chase, 9 catches for 116 yards. And tight end CJ Uzomah and receiver Tyler Boyd each had TD catches on the day. As for Derek Carr of the Raiders, 310 passing yards, a touchdown, and an interception. Darren Waller, 7 catches for 76 yards, and Zay Jones had a touchdown catch on the afternoon. So the Bengals win their first playoff game in 30 years. Congrats, Cincinnati. You guys have deserved it because you guys have been through a lot over that 30-year span. And Joe Burrow continued to do his thing like he did in the regular season. He finished the regular season with like 13 passing touchdowns, no interceptions, and that trend continued into the playoffs. And Jamar Chase, the rookie, stepping up big time. He clearly hasn't missed a beat as he recorded over 100 yards in his playoff debut. In the defense, credit to the Bengals defense. They're able to get pressure on Derek Carr, sack him a couple times, and they also made the clutch interception that in the end zone that sealed the game. So it's really cool to see the Bengals succeed. I hope they go all the way. The city and their fans definitely deserve it. And as for Derek Carr, he played really great in this playoff game. They just fell short, but they had a lot of things going good for them. They were able to get pressure on Burrow. They were running the ball really well. They were passing the ball really well too. And they fell short after a hectic season, after everything that happened with their head coach getting fired, with Henry Ruggs getting arrested, with another player getting arrested for holding a gun. Just a lot of crazy things that happened. And the fact that they made it to the playoffs was crazy. Huge credit to Rich Bisaccia. Hopefully we'll see him as the Raiders' next head coach. As for the next Saturday game, we have the Bills torching the Patriots 47-17. Josh Allen, 308 passing yards, 5 touchdowns, no interceptions, and 66 rushing yards. Devin Singletary, 81 rushing yards and 2 rushing touchdowns. And the tight end Dawson Knox, 5 catches, 89 yards, and 2 touchdowns on the night. As for the rookie Mac Jones, 232 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. And Kendrick Bourne, 7 catches, 77 yards, and 2 touchdowns for him. So the Bills absolutely mortify the Patriots. And the Bills played a perfect game doing so. They didn't turn the ball over, and they didn't even punt. They just got points on every drive they had on offense. And Josh Allen lit them up with 5 touchdowns. You could tell it was personal. And the running game, I've said this weeks ago, the running game is wrecking it again. They're cooking up. They were getting hot going into the playoffs, and they used that same formula. The Bills were sending the league a message, especially the AFC, not to sleep on them because they can make noise. But as for the Patriots, Mac Jones, his first playoff appearance, did not go as planned. He struggled a lot. He had 2 interceptions, and he didn't get touchdowns till later on in the game when the game was already out of reach. And the Pats defense, man, that surprised me. They got absolutely roasted against the run, against the pass, against it all. So I'm sure Belichick had an earful for them. Next, we go into the Sunday games. We have the Bucs beating the Eagles 31-15. Tom Brady, 271 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Mike Evans, 9 catches for a $117 and a touchdown. And Rob Gronkowski, the tight end, with a touchdown catch. As for Jalen Hurts of the Eagles, 258 passing, a touchdown, and 2 interceptions. And Dallas Goedert, 6 catches for 92 yards. So the Bucs cruise past the Eagles. Tom Brady gets his 35th playoff win. And how did they do it? They had the run game on point for the Bucs, and the Bucs defense, they were able to shut down the Eagles' run game and force turnovers. We heard how the Eagles' run game was elite, how they were number 1 in the league, and the Bucs defense is really good against the run. And they proved that. They shut it down, and they really had to force Jalen Hurts to throw. And, he was inaccurate. He was throwing interceptions. He just didn't look good out there. And, his first playoff game was not good at all. He was lost, and the Eagles were down 31-0 pretty much the entire game. So that was the Bucs' formula to win. They didn't turn the ball over. They created turnovers. They stopped the run of the Eagles, and they were able to run the ball. Next is the Niners beating up my Cowboys 23-17. Jimmy Garoppolo, 172 passing yards, no touchdowns and an interception. The rookie Elijah Mitchell, 96 rushing yards and a rushing touchdown. And Deebo Samuel back at it, 72 rushing yards and a rushing touchdown for him. As for Dak Prescott, 254 yards passing, a touchdown, an interception, and a rushing touchdown. As for Dalton Schultz, 7 catches for 89 yards, and Amari Cooper, 6 catches, 69 yards, and a touchdown. So the Niners got past the Cowboys with their run game and their defense. The Cowboys cannot stop the run, and that's something that worried me going into this game. And the Niners D-line just dominated the Cowboys O-line. They were able to get a lot of pressure. They were able to stop the run, and they were able to sack Prescott 4 times. And the Cowboys, they clearly just shot themselves in the foot. They had 14 penalties in that game. It was disgusting to watch. It was completely undisciplined on offense and defense. And the Cowboys defense just couldn't get any pressure on Garoppolo to start the game. And they weren't able to stop the run at all. And the Cowboys run game wasn't there. Dak was off. He was missing wide open targets. He was not throwing downfield. He just didn't look confident. And it was honestly horrible coaching in that final minute. The Cowboys got the ball back, no timeouts. They're moving downfield with the pass. So why run up the middle? There's 14 seconds left on the clock. You're on the Niners 30. Go to the sideline. You got to get a little yards. You're running out of time. Take shots to the end zone at least, or at least get closer to the end zone and throw to the end zone to win the game. And I know there was the big ref incident where, he kind of got in the way and all that, but that's not the reason why the Cowboys lost. The Cowboys lost is because they just couldn't get it together until the fourth quarter. And we've seen this happen. And as a Cowboys fan, I'm very disappointed in this season. This was a really disappointing season. They went 12-5. They broke all types of records for to go one and done in the playoffs. Just absolutely pathetic. But I still love the Cowboys, and they will be back next year, guaranteed. As for the last Sunday game, we have the Chiefs winning 42-21 over the Steelers. Patrick Mahomes, 404 passing yards, 5 touchdowns, and 1 interception. Travis Kelce, 5 catches for 108, a touchdown, and he even had a passing touchdown as well. Jerick McKinnon, the running back, 61 rushing yards. He also had 6 catches for 81 yards and a touchdown. Tyreek Hill had a touchdown catch, and Byron Pringle had 2 touchdown catches. As for Ben Roethlisberger, 215 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, no interception. Deontay Johnson and James Washington each had a touchdown catch on the night. So the Chiefs blow out the Steelers, and Mahomes in the offense, they struggled the first quarter. They fumbled the ball and was scooped and scored, but then they just exploded for the rest of the games, and the Steelers' defense just had no answers for them. The Chiefs were also running the ball a lot better than the Steelers, which helped them. And this just goes to show, can we get rid of the 7th seed? Because the last 2 years, there have been the 7th seed. They are now 0-4, and they've been blown out every single game. So please get rid of the 7th seed. I know Roger Goodell is greedy and wants money, but it's stupid. Stop being selfish. No one cares about that 7th seed. And as for Big Ben, this was his last game. It's sad to see. He didn't go out on top, but the fact that he was able to play till he was about 40 years old was impressive himself. We'll always remember Big Ben. I never really liked him, but you know what? I do have respect for him. He was an awesome player. The final wild card game is the Monday game, is the Rams torching the Cardinals 34-11. Matt Stafford, 202 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Cooper Kupp, 5 catches, 61 yards, and a touchdown. And Odell Beckham Jr., 4 catches, 54 yards, and a touchdown. As for Kyler Murray, 137 passing yards, no touchdowns, 2 interceptions. And James Conner had a rushing touchdown on the day. So the Rams just destroy the Cardinals. Stafford gets his first playoff win of his career, which was awesome to see. And the Rams offense was firing on all cylinders. They were able to pass and run the ball really efficiently. And the Rams defense showed up too. They were able to pick off Kyler Murray a couple times. They were also able to sack him a couple times. And speaking of Kyler Murray, his playoff debut went south. The Cardinals could not run or pass the ball to save their lives, and the Cardinals had 198 total yards on offense, while the Rams had 382 total yards on offense. And I knew once Kyler Murray, once he threw that 1-yard pick six where he was getting sacked in the end zone and kind of just chucked it up like that right into the receivers or defender's hands, and they scored, I knew the game was pretty much over. It was 21-0 at that point. There's just no confidence in them. And it's sad if you're a Cardinals fan because they went from 7-0 to 11-6 to one and done in the playoffs. So that's got to be real tough if you're a Cardinals fan. Well, that's it for my NFL wild card recap. I hope you all enjoy. Let me know what your favorite game of the wild card weekend was. Let me know what your least favorite game was. And please remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on my Instagram. Thank you all. Do everything you can to promote my page, to share my page. Have a wonderful night.